Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey. Wait a second. Where are you at? There you are. This might work better if I talk into the microphone. Hey. Is it Monday? No, it's like actually Tuesday, but this just feels like second Monday. It's so rainy, it's so dreary. But hasn't really fazed me too much. I have been deep in thought and contemplation about discipline, about focus, about, really letting things shift within me. And even my Course in Miracles lesson today is about giving your life over to God, right? Like, let's just see what goodness can come in when we kind of make intentions to give it up, give it over, let it in. And I did some automatic writing where like you basically just write down a question and then see what pops up in your head, see what comes out. And my question was, how do I have more mental discipline? And some crazy stuff came out or on the paper. So I'm going to read that later. Because sometimes I like to just put it to the side, and so I don't junk up the process. I don't want to think about it too much. I want to just let it flow naturally without thinking, and then later on I can go back and see if it really did make any sense or was it relevant to me. But I keep writing down things that would be good quotes, to put on an inspirational picture, and even I'm dang, that's pretty good, So it's really fun to see what kind of energies we can pull in and who we can become when we don't try to do it all ourselves, and then we do allow ourselves to be guided. It really is interesting what can even happen. So yesterday we hung out. We did the law of knowledge yesterday. It basically was saying that all energy concerns energy application, use or misuse. Does that even make sense? That's what I wrote down. Information will be withheld until a person is a ready disciple. Okay, yeah, I remember that now. It's you got to get yourself ready. You got to commit. You got to line up with it. The law of knowledge basically was about proper use of thought energy. So then today, before I even woke up, my last dream that I could vividly remember was me sending my kids off to I guess they were going to school or something, which is weird because I've never done that. I've homeschooled now for 10 years or whatever, and or longer than that. And it was this, but the dream was full of anxiety-ish, but it was coming from more them. I was just trying to get snacks ready and get them out the door on time. They were totally running late. They needed to walk, which was also weird because we live far away enough that we can't walk to town. We're not walking 9 miles. Then there was some type of shooting that I don't know, there was these concerns, and that's how the dream kind of ended, me thinking to myself, why am I going against my guidance system in the dream? And I think that this really stems from me seeing a whole bunch of parents online on Facebook sending their kids to school, even though they're writing in their posts I'm so devastated, little Johnny hates it already, he doesn't want to go, I don't know how he's going to sit there. And it's wow, you are completely overriding your guidance system, which is telling you that this is not in alignment with what you know to be true, and you're just completely pushing through it anyways, because that is how thick and sturdy and just, wow, I'm seeing like a parasite, like with its roots deep into the flesh. That is how indoctrination is in this society. People can't even shake it off. Like, they don't like it and they still do it. They know it's not good for them, but they still follow and be told what to do. It's weird. So I feel like I was like coming up with like a little taste of that, because in my dream I was doing that too. Like, I was like, oh, well, they're shooters. Like, well, here's your backpack. Like, it was a really weird dream. And yeah, like, this was like, I don't know, it was really weird. Like, these shooters killed the person and then delivered them home to the house and dropped off the dead bodies. Like, it was a really messed up dream. So that was weird for me, because like usually my dreams just are really stupid. They don't make any sense whatsoever. And this was also, I would say, stupid, but I felt like I was picking up on this collective energy of fear from people all the time now. So I think it's really important that if you're aware of fear, to really just jive and generate and vibrate towards love the best you can, in order to balance out society, because kinda, to be honest, things aren't going to get any better anytime soon. So it's really, really a valid and valiant effort on your part as like a love warrior to do just that. Be and connect with love like as much as you can, just to offer energetic balance onto society. And then, yeah, keep shining your light and keep shining the example that like you can still choose love. You don't have to fall into the trap of fear, politics, worry, shame, and regret. Like, you can be like, yes, but like over here, there's love, light, laughter, fun, and herbs. And like, we can choose differently. I know, like, we're still we're still here amongst the rest of the craziness, but even within that, we have free will and we can choose differently. And we can focus our minds on other things and that which we want and that which we want to specifically create. So generally, link up with love and specifically start to really pinpoint some specifics that you would like to manifest and see what happens. For the love of God, we've done 47 universal laws. Your manifestation abilities have increased. Your mind has been expanded. Your consciousness knows, well, your consciousness already knew it really, but like, no, it's you. You or your consciousness, you know more. You have more knowledge now. It's just now like line up your discipline, line up your focus, line up a pure heart, and yeah, put your intentions out there. So the law today is the law of the lotus. And it literally is one sentence, which I kind of thought maybe we should do 2 laws then. But let's just see how I read this one. The law of the lotus says, this refers to the egoic lotus, or the flowering of self, and includes knowledge, love, and sacrifice. So I don't have any effing clue what this means whatsoever. Like, because they threw in the sacrifice, right? So egoic lotus, like an opening. When I think of lotuses, I think of like a lotus flower opening one petal at a time. I think of those deep, deep roots that dive into the murky darkness. I think of the lotus flower going under the water into the darkness each night to then re-emerge to the light and strive for that. So this flowering of self, of us becoming more, us opening more, us always finding our innate desire and drive to reach for the light. Like the lotus, of course, reaches for the sunlight, but we're human beings. We like the sunlight, of course, but we reach for the light within. It is our nature if we allow ourselves to do that. So that's what I think about when I think about a lotus. So the flowering of self. And so this includes knowledge, this includes love, and not really sure what they mean, but it also includes sacrifice. So maybe like it is the sacrifice of the ego or the ego's desires and wants, and understanding that there's maybe something a bit more. Yeah, I have no freaking idea. But we'll just do this one. We'll take it easy today. Tomorrow we'll do the law of love and the law of love and all that in a bag of organic chips. All right, let's grab some oracle cards. Today I have the Oracle of the Essences, and which, hey, these cards are amazing, and if anything can help us flower, the flowering of the self, I think it's these cards. But I also grabbed the Hedge Witch Botanical Oracle from Solo Thompson, just because I might want to just have these around the ones that we pulled from the Oracle of the Essence, just to kind of get some keywords. I did like a whole reading with this deck a week or so ago, and yeah, we pulled the Ghost Pipe and Mystery, and then like interestingly enough, I met or talked to somebody who had found some locally, so that was kind of interesting. So I kind of feel drawn a little bit to that deck, but we'll do some Oracle of the Essences and see if it helps us open up to more of our flowering of self, right? Because we love love, we love knowledge, and we're on the fence about sacrifice. Okay, but first I felt like the urge to grab my phone and just look up the Law of Lotus, and I stumbled across this older blog called pearlescentcompass.blogspot.com, who she set out like in 2010, that type of time frame, to do the 105 laws. I don't know, I can't tell if she did them all or not, but I found the universal law of the lotus, and she sort of dove into it a little bit more, and it was kind of what I was touching on, how we can flower our inner light. So she was kind of talking about that, but I'm just going to scroll down to the sacrifice part, since that's kind of what we're stuck on, because she says the third strand of this braid, because this is a threefold braid of energies that supports this flowering. The third strand of the braid is sacrifice, probably the most misunderstood one, because sometimes it seems like we have to give up things, but it's not about martyrdom. But she gave this really great example about how she sacrificed. It was a good sacrifice for her to give up alcohol. You know what I mean? And then that allowed in more good energy. However, it was really not a good sacrifice to stop going to her creative outlets after her daughter was born. So it's kind of like sacrifices stuff that isn't serving you, and like that. But anyways, I love this page. I'm going to have to bookmark it and just go back. She gives her own thoughts about things. And her name's Zabe Barnes. Zabe Barnes, but it doesn't look like she's updated this page since like 2011, which is too bad. All right, so, but also I can't say much about that because I am notorious for just when I finish a project or I feel done with it, I just bury it and leave it and go do something else. No judgment from me, Zabe, because I have certainly done that. All right, so let's clear the space here. Put my Herbal Marie mug over there on the windowsill. I am going to do the Lemon Balm podcast, you guys, today. Enough of it already. It's just sitting there. All I have to do is record it. And then we're going to do a tarot one for Herbal Marie. Me, myself, and I, and all my guides. Get ready. We doing it. As I had said the other day, I'd culminated my annoyance of distraction to the point where like I'm like, and we're done being distracted. So it kind of like, I'm kind of in a reset right now, but really getting all these amazing reminders and guidance and encouragement to focus on the specifics, to talk about what I want. Wow, there is one jumping up so high into the deck, out of the deck, in the middle top of it, that I have to honor this card. It is Neroli with cause and effect. Yeah, that's what I was saying, girl. That I have to, let's see what's on the top and bottom. I have to focus on specifics now because the energy needs a clear path. It needs a clear line of direction. So energy will follow thoughts. So I have to specifically start thinking about things, not generally, specifically. So on the top is birch with support and union, and just so you know, they're both wearing gold, like fall gold colors. And on the bottom, these are going to be our cards. Dang. We have clove with determination and empowerment. Goddess warrior here holding her clove-shaped staff. She's behind a wooden fence, but she is focused on you. Like, do you dare come over here? Do you dare let her in? She looks kind, but she also looks like she could take you out. She could take you out of the game. Do you need to sit on the bench? Or are you ready to get determined? Right? Are you done? Do you need a break, or are you ready to get serious? That's kind of what I hear in my head. So she's got some yellows, but more oranges and reds in her cards. So we have this really definitely warm fire energy with neroli, birch, and clove. Cause and effect, support, union, determination, and empowerment. So the birch card is really weird. It's like this, there is like this, it reminds me of a hermit with a light. Oh yeah, it probably is the hermit. Yeah, because that's me. Walking across this earth bridge. Like it looks like a floating island. Okay, it looks like he's walking over to this floating island in the sky that's full of these white birch trees with golden leaves. And yeah, so it's like this community of trees. I have never pulled this card. I'm really curious. Birch. So support and union. Yeah, which makes me think like connecting with guides, connecting with that energetic support, that union of you with God, source, creator, spark energy, spark energy. Okay, now we're feeling sparky. But really understanding that we are supported. We're supported by the universe. That's what Neroli's saying, cause and effect. Like, are you getting the hang of these universal laws yet, Sade? Like, you think that you are unsupported and rejected, and that is what comes back to you. Let's, just for shits and giggles, try doing the opposite and see what happens. So Clove then comes in at the bottom with her beautiful little pucker face. Like she looks like she's almost like either whistling or blowing out, or like maybe wanting to kiss you, or going, ooh, like her lips kind of. She's just pretty. She's just straight up pretty. But she is so determined that she just knows her true sense of power. She really does. She is who she is. Like Neroli is wearing this beautiful flowing gold dress. Clove is wearing, looks like fur, and maybe a bracelet of spiky bones, or is it feathers? But she has a shield. She's a warrior. She has a metal necklace with like a circular. It has like a moon, maybe like the goddess symbols is going down. I can't see the bottom of her necklace, but she knows who the fuck she is, and she knows her power. So yeah, let's look in the book for neroli and birch, which is like really interesting to me. It's kind of a creepy card because like it's just like these trees are just floating out there, but the hermit is being called to the birch trees. You know, when you're a hermit and you witness community, which is what these birch trees are representing right now, it is like, wow, how does that actually work when you've kind of not been a part of it or feel like you're not capable of being part of it? Like you're just like, oh my God, like I just am destined to walk this path alone. And even when like you stumble across people that are similar, yeah, they're similar hermits is what they are. Like, so I kind of have that feeling too. Like, I guess we can still support each other, but it's not, it is to look at a group of community like these birch trees all living close together and supporting each other. It's like, whoa. And yeah, neroli, she's lit up in her crown. She's got neroli flowers in her long flowing brownish red hair. She's a beautiful goddess. I love these three cards together so much. Especially for this fall vibe morning, which I would like this kind of fall energy, golden, windy air. Like we have like dreary rain, depression. So I guess keep focusing on what I want. Cause and effect. So I'm going to read from this book that was written by the Enchantress, Monica the Enchantress from Australia. So some wise words with the neroli card are from Anna Claudia Antunes, who said, "Some things happen for a reason, others just come with a season." Neroli says that nothing happens by chance. Every cause has an effect, and every effect becomes the cause of something else. We are all interwoven, just as our thoughts and our actions work within the immense grid of knowledge. So we are still on a knowledge kick, faux show. The neroli personality understands that we are all one and acts accordingly. Neroli thinks of others just as she thinks of herself, and she would never do what she doesn't like others doing to her. As we all know, energy cannot be destroyed. It is always moving and transforming into something else. This suggests that the universe is always in motion and progresses from a chain of events or actions. When neroli is in the negative aspect, it is egotistical and not very compassionate. So there are 3 essential oils derived from the bitter orange tree. Petitgrain is distilled from the leaves and twigs. Neroli essential oil is distilled from the blossoms. And wild orange oil is produced by cold pressing the rinds of the fruits. Each has their own input into the process of the plant systems, and each of them needs the others. They all work in unison. So neroli is a great support for relaxation, great for the skin, and assists with hormonal changes. Neroli supports you to maintain good relationships. Oh, isn't that timely? Yeah, like we really do need to maintain our good relationships. And seriously, if you wouldn't like it being done to you, don't friggin' do it to anybody else. Do you like people talking about you behind your back? Probably not. So don't talk about other people behind their backs, even though sometimes I do that here. But it's really not like too terrible, is it? But really, like, we do need to maintain good relationships, stay in kindness, stay in compassion, stay with the best interests of the all in mind, because as much as you might think, I hate these mother truckers around me, Yeah, newsflash. We're all one, even with them. So the divination meaning is when Neroli comes to you in a reading, pay attention to every thought, word, and deed, which is a cause that sets off a wave of energy throughout the universal grid, which in turn creates the effect. So yeah, isn't that exactly what I said this morning to you? I need to start like thinking specifically about what I want, quit miscreating with my thoughts. Like this is very in alignment, which is confirming, as my stomach is growling so loud, the cause and effect of what's going on. So she asks, do you want your effects to be desirable or undesirable? It's like, come on, Neroli. You know the answer to that. We want them to be desirable. Then she says, okay then, adjust your thoughts accordingly. Flow with life. Dance with the wind. There is no point in trying to control the riptide right now. Make sure that in the future, your actions don't create the riptide in the first place. Be constant and holistic with your actions. Okay, that is so amazing that it said to me to flow with life and dance with the wind, because I feel like I wrote something down when I was doing the automatic writing. I definitely wrote return to oneness today, but I also feel like I have gotten a lot of messages. Like last night I did a live stream on my YouTube channel again, Sadie Marie Cherico, if you want to look me up. And it was all about like trees coming in to say like, make sure you're rooted and grounded and flexible so that you don't break. Oh, I know. Here's what I wrote. This is my automatic writing. I'm going to read you this one page so you can get an idea of sometimes how it don't make sense, but it does. Attraction repels icicles of the cold-hearted mind. Trajectory increases speed. Governs character. Leads to insight. Feels all right. Focus the noose, hang loose, sway in the wind, beckoning a change within time. So, yeah, see, it's like, what? But it's just saying that it's like, now is the time to change things. Now is the time to rewrite the flow of energy. And it's like, we can all do it. And we all have access to it. And if enough people wake up to understand their creative power and their influence of energy, we literally can turn this ship around. Speaking of society, we can turn this ship around. But enough people need to wake up and start doing their personal work with their personal focus and their personal responsibility of cause and effect. So, food for thought for sure. Be seriously aware of where your thoughts are now and adjust them accordingly so that we can cause effects to be desirable. So our affirmation from Neroli, may I have your attention, please? I am in control of my reactions. I write my own destiny and I create a stress-free world for myself. I am in control of my reactions. I write my own destiny and I create a stress-free world for myself. So be in control of your reactions. It really is okay to just have a reticence about you and hang back and just be the observer and don't be the reactor. You don't need to stand there with gasoline squirting it into the fire. Okay, be the one who doesn't do that. Write your own destiny. Speak into existence that which you want. Think about where you want to go, how you want to be, how you prefer to feel, and create a stress-free world for yourself. Okay, it's the best type of selfish thing you can do is create a stress-free world for yourself, because then you're setting the example to others how they can do that also. And for the love of God, we need more people not adding crazy stress energy into the collective. Okay, I took a break. Like, seriously, I will clear my throat or sneeze or cry in this broadcast, but a growling stomach is unacceptable. All right, so now we're moving on to Birch. Don't be such a Birch. No, apparently for this picture, it's like looking like a birch. If you love hugs and togetherness and a sense of community and support and union, definitely be a birch. Be a birch. So Mohammed Rishad Saki said, your small support could accomplish a big dream. So yeah, just a tiny bit of support, man. A tiny bit of love, dude. Ship it out. What did I do on my break? I really actually just ate some almond flour crackers, drank some more dandelion tea, and took a selfie. All right, so Birch brings livelihood to the person who is feeling unsupported. Aw, is that why you came here to me today? Yeah, like I totally have this ridiculously redundant theme in my life of being unsupported. And yeah, like Neroli totally is like, honey, it's your own goddamn fault. It's the thoughts that you think, and then the universe just gives you more unsupport, you know, like, I mean, I'm to the point where I don't even ask people to support me, like, at all. Like, yeah, if they want to support me, they will. But the thing is, if I'm feeling unsupported within, they won't. They won't. So it's this really screwed up thing that I have going on. But at least I'm thankful that I understand it. And when I see it rise up, I do what I can to diffuse it and to redirect it and just be aware of it. Like, oh, this is just that thing that I do sometimes, you know, that I've been doing and it doesn't serve me. So, like, I am gonna, if people want to support me, at least allow it. Don't be such a, what's the word? Like, you know, when people, it's like, you offer, but then, like, they won't accept it. Like, don't do that. All right, so, brings livelihood to the person who is feeling unsupported. Birch helps people to say no and not be afraid to walk alone in life. Birch brings courage to those that have lost their inner strength. It brings confidence in oneself, as the path is not walked alone any longer. Okay. You can see a small bridge towards the birch forest and someone finding the courage to cross it. It takes courage to admit that we are not good without our community, that we survive thanks to each other, and that we are all connected in the eyes of evolution. Birch is associated to the heart chakra and the root chakra. The heart chakra is the energy center of communion and compassion. The root chakra is the center of our roots, our tribe. What would we be if we were born into a different tribe? Your roots make you who you are today, and the stronger they are, the stronger your trunk will be. Birch grows thin and it bends easily. Make sure you stand your ground when your heart speaks. Because it contains a natural form of methyl salicylate, oh my God, screw these S words. Birch is known for soothing achy muscles and joints. It's the stuff that aspirin has in it. The stimulating aroma, I think, isn't it? similar. Stimulating aroma of birch promotes feelings of strength, warmth, and vitality. Birch essential oil blends well with frankincense, lavender, and sandalwood. And when I was just at my drumming birthday circle picnic thing, I had some black birch that I was given to chew on. And it was like, dang, so nostalgic. Took me right back to childhood. Because apparently as children, we all knew what black birch was. Nobody, like, how did we know to chew on that tree? It was weird. All right, divination meeting. If birch comes to you in a reading, take time to be a strong shoulder to lean on and provide a safe place for others to rest in the shade. That's interesting because last night on my YouTube live stream, we pulled the shelter card that was encouraging us to give other people shelter and a safe place to be. So I guess that's probably why I am drawn to podcasting and live streaming, because it does give people a space to hang out, to contemplate, to think. Like, I'm not here to judge you. I will harass you a little bit for fun, but I'm doing the same thing to myself. But yeah, like, it is, I do offer space to people energetically. I know I should probably do that more in my real life, but I do what I can. You know, I'm not like working with a full deck here all the time. Like, I do what I can. I'm working on it. Share your success and continually show the value of creating a strong network. Birch provides shelter for many different people without caring about the color of their skin, religion, or gender. Be the birch you want to see in the world. Try to be more flexible and bendable with your ideas. So this is a total spin-off of the live stream messages that we got last night. So that is awesome sauce for me personally to have the birch come through like this. So the affirmation with birch is, I support others, and in turn, life supports me in wondrous ways. I support others, and in turn, life supports me in wondrous ways. I support others, and in turn, life supports me in wondrous ways. And isn't that what Neroli was saying about cause and effect? So be aware of your thoughts that you're putting out, and be aware of the amount of support you are offering and putting out and creating and just giving up to people around you. So yeah, why don't you help people more, support people, be there more, and just see how it is returned to you. All right, now we have Clove. Remember, she's our determined warrior, all about empowerment. There's an unknown quote that says, know your limitations and then defy them. So yeah, be super aware of your limitations and then defy the hell out of them. So yeah, like, I'm like pretty much aware of my self-imposed limitations. So now it's time for me to defy them. Like, at the beginning of this year, if you would have asked me where my commitment level was, I would have said it was piss poor. I can't commit to anything. And yeah, I have commitment issues. Meanwhile, since then, I've defied that completely with doing the Course in Miracles. I'm on day 233. That means I've gotten up for 233 days and read a lesson from the Course in Miracles. This is like day 70 for this podcast. Like, if I say I'm going to do something now, I have defied my self-limiting belief that I can't commit to something. Like, now I call bullshit on that. Now I know better. I defied it for myself. So yeah, we can do that with other aspects of our life too. And we can do that with community, right? Even if you think that you're always going to be a lone wolf, you're always going to be a hermit, you're always going to be an outcast, you're never going to fit in. See, that's a limiting belief. That's a self-destructive, self-imposed, limiting belief that you have. Let's see if you can defy it. So Clove assists people who have given their power away. It enhances the courage to say no. Okay, so that's the second time we're being supported and encouraged to say no, helping you to break free from limiting patterns. So if something isn't lined up with you, it just doesn't feel right, you don't want to do it, it's not who you are anymore, say no. Say no. A warrior woman, independent and capable, represents Clove in this card. She helps you balance the emotions, improving decision-making and assertiveness. She reduces the lack of confidence and emotional weakness. When the Clove personality is balanced, the individual can make important decisions assertively and calmly. In the opposite state, Clove can be emotionally weak and lack confidence. So Clove is used as a painkiller for dental emergencies. It is a natural anti-parasitic and a great warmer of the digestive tract. It will numb your feelings if you let it to, because there is a soft heart behind those barriers. So isn't that the damn truth? Like, yeah, those of us that have the most thorns and walls and stuff, like we really are the biggest softies. At our core, at our center. So it's no wonder that like we're a little bit leery of who we let in, you know, but yeah, I feel you, Clove. I feel you. So the divination meaning is you are learning to treat matters with care and discretion, but also finding out whom to trust. There are important decisions to make, but you have it all under control. Allow audacity to guide you in this time of your life. Affirm to yourself, I am assertive and I am confident. I am assertive and I am confident. I am assertive and I am confident. So these are so cool together. Neroli, Birch, and Clove. Thank you so much for these important reminders, messages, just to gauge where we're at. Are we on track? I can't believe it. Am I really going to pull some more cards though? Like this in itself seems so complete. But hello, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So I said I wanted some of these Hedge Witch botanicals around it. So we're not going to dive like real deep into these. Let's just get some keywords. Like, since we kind of have this trio, this powerful trio of cards, we'll have some plants growing around this little community of messages that we have going on. I'm going to put them face down for now. I'm just going to work around this circle a bit and see what comes through. So Hedge Witch Botanical, go ahead and give us some beautiful plants to forage, some maybe some issues. Yep, there we go. We got some issues. We got some issues coming up here, and to see like what we can have the determination to defy. Yes. What kind of things can we have the determination to defy? One more, please. Shoot. Or just throw the whole goddamn deck on the floor. That's 4 more. Oh, that pisses me off. I thought one just chucked out. It's 4 of them. I don't even have room for these. We have Morel with Regenerate. We have St. John's Wort with Stabilize. Oh, for the love of God. We have Pine with Preserve. And we have Marshmallow with Adversity. So yeah, we do have a lot of messages this week to reset ourselves, to fill our cup, to love ourselves up to the point where we do have that empowered, assertive, self-confident feeling. We know we're capable. We can do this. Marshmallow comes in with adversity. Heads up, y'all. Everything's going to get worse before it gets better in the world. That doesn't mean you have to follow the world. You're going to do your own thing. You're going to defy the collective consciousness and think for yourself. So get stable, St. John's wort says. Seriously, anchor your feet in the ground and put your heart out towards the light of heaven, right? Like it's coming at you all the time. Doesn't matter if it's cloudy, overcast, like it is today. That light, that energetic light / love is pouring towards you. Bring it into you and become the vessel, become the conduit. That is what is going to regenerate you, says Little Moral Mushroom. That is going to help you feel so full of will and spirit and focus and determination. And then White Pine, or Pine says, yeah, and hold that in you, because you always need a reserve. You always need to preserve your energy. Yes, you're going to give it out. Yes, you're going to share. Let's flip over another card. Oh, Dogwood with Defend. And Ghost Pipe again with Mystery. Yes, I was thinking about you too, Mystery. But yeah, Preserve says you're going to have to defend your light. You're going to have to defend your energetic state, your mental state, your disciplined mind that you're doing all right with. It's not completely disciplined yet, but you're doing better and better every day. You're going to have to defend your airspace. Just like a little hummingbird is so territorial of who she lets into her airspace. She will chase anyone away, right? Like you have to do that with your thoughts. And sometimes with people too, when they come at you with shade. Like your purpose in life is to shine light. So lovingly and kindly defend your space so that you can continue on doing your work despite the adversaries. So then our challenges were patience. Yeah, patience, and we also have growth at the top there. But yeah, the challenge is patience. Be patient with people. I know they're so slow sometimes. It's like, wake the F up already. But you're going to have patience with people because everyone's on their own path, their own journey, their own timeline for soul growth. And it's not actually your job to shake them awake. It's not your job to shake them awake. That's Spirit's job. That's their higher self. That's their guides. You let them do the shaking, and then you be here, as this empowered individual, ready to offer space, ready to offer shelter, ready to offer community when they're ready. But Clove says, hey, don't be afraid to stand there and guard the door, okay? Because you don't need to just be letting riffraff in. Wait till they're an energetic match. Wait until it's right. So Fern is there with growth. So much growth. So much growth. Even ferns in themselves in the forest represent community. So I love that it is placed right to the top, the diagonal right of birch, the birch community. We have the birch community, we have the fern community, two very different communities. It doesn't matter which one you're drawn to. There's not one that's better or than the other one. Go towards the energy that you are. So if one community isn't quite right for you, ain't no big thing. Just keep on you being you, and you will find your own community, or you will start one yourself. And our final card, well, that went pretty quick for having a whole bunch of cards. Our final card is Indigo with Enhance, which kind of just makes all of these messages that much more. Our energy is enhanced. Our discipline is enhanced. Our intuition is enhanced. Our connections are enhanced. And our capabilities for manifesting everything that we intended to do so on this earth plane is enhanced right now. So the energies are coming in. Utilize them. The guidance is coming in. Listen to them. And the biggest part that's coming into this grand theater called life is you. Like, the energy is you are finally getting your ass up off the bench, stepping into the game, and being a player in the creation of your own life. Wow, oh my goodness, was that intense? That felt massive for me. I'm gonna just have to let this all, it's sunk in. I think that, what needs to happen now is our own personal determination to put these causes and effects into action. Like, it just repeats itself again and again. So take responsibility of what you are adding into your own personal life and into your own world. And this is totally a clarion call for you to step up and start doing more within your life, doing more to offer energy and support to others, and just doing more as a personal commitment to bring more love, peace, compassion, and kindness into the planet starting today. So on that note, have an amazing, beautiful time, just really stepping in to your power, stepping into your determination, and finding your tribe, your community. It's all energy. So what you put out, you get back. So be sure, for sure, to sow the right type of seeds for you.